Okay, this one's been in the works for the entire year. So, got to record a little custom intro for it. All right, starting at number 9 and 8, we've got The Dark Side of the Moon right here. Okay, pretty cool album. A lot of the music on the album is interesting, and it has been interesting to me because like Legends That Never Die, The Gates of Time, Misty Mountains, Double Trouble, Lumos, Hedwig's Theme, right? First Light, New Horizons, The Woven Storm, Priscilla's song, May It Be, If I Had a Heart, right? If I Had a Heart, the Viking song, etc. The Hanging Tree, and Ginny of Old Stones. All of these various themed songs. Like you've probably heard them before. And it's awesome. Really great stuff. There's the back of the LP. And here is the inside of the LP. And yes, I did pick up this album because Melissa Bonnie, oops, what did I say? Oh, Freudian slip there maybe. Anyway, Melissa Bonnie is the person that kind of brought me into this one because I've seen her on a lot of other bands doing a lot of other stuff, and she's just solid. She's a solid vocalist. But Hans Platz is on guitars, Morten Love Sorensen is drums, and Ginny Dow is harp. Yes, you heard that right. Harp. There's harp. And they also have guests. So Charlotte Vessels on May It Be, Tom S. England of Evergrey on Misty Mountains, Fabian Annie of Eluviete on New Horizons, and Rosanda Panfili, violin on First Light and Double Trouble. So yeah, very cool album. Worth checking out. All right, the next album is Insomnium's 1696, right? So this came out much earlier in the year. Like it's one of the first albums that I actually did a reaction / album release opening to. So you open up this puppy, and it looks freaking great, right? Look at that. Look at that. Just beautiful art and more. 2 LP set, as you might expect. The songs, 1696, White Christ, Godforsaken, Lillian, Starless Paths, The Witch Hunter, The Unrest, and The Rapids. So all of that. So there's actually only 3 sides. One side of the one LP of one record is just empty. So great album, great story. Like the whole album is story based for one story over the whole thing, all the songs, etc. Beautifully created. But there was more to this one than just that LP. At the time, I also got this art book, okay? The art book has the songs too, because in the art book, it has, open it up, the 2 CDs right there in the art book, right? Now, the CDs, they pop out kind of nicely, but CDs are always tricky, man. They seem to get stuck. I'm always scared of breaking them. But with this art book, so this art book, let's look at a few pages here real quick. See, it looks like that, right? Go back and watch my previous video on this one to see all of the pages. It's basically that same artistic style, which is absolutely beautiful. But it also has 3 additional songs from the EP Songs of the Dusk. Flowers of the Night, Stained in Red, and Song of the Dusk. Okay? So again, I did a whole album opening for this one and did a listening to a reaction when the songs came out, or at least came out for me, right? Because you don't always see them the day they drop on previous videos. So I'll put links in the description below so you can go check those out too. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful artistic work on this album. Good job, Insomnium, as I would expect. The next one also has an art book. That is, yeah, you probably know this one. You've seen it all over the place because they're just crazy popular. This is Sleep Token. Okay, Sleep Token's album. And I don't know, they got these words on here, and like I can't barely really. It doesn't even say like the album name on the thing, which is kind of annoying to me. But anyway, it's beautiful, beautiful artwork. Okay, and this has songs of Chokehold, The Summoning, two well-known songs. Like there's videos out there got a lot of play. Granite, Aqua Regia, Vore, Ascensionism. Are You Really Okay? The Apparition, DYWTYLM. So Rain, Take Me Back to Eden, and Euclid. Okay. Now in that, okay, let's look at the full album there. Yeah, woohoo! Again, beautiful. And then I noticed, because my niece had this problem when she got the album, she didn't get the art book. If you don't have the art book, you need to like go to your record store and be like, "Yo, what the fuck? I don't have an art book." Because this art book, as you just saw from that piece, like let's look at another page here. And whoops, I'm just dropping it everywhere. The art is spectacular. Spectacular art. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff, right? So you need the art book. That's part of the album. That's part of the production, the work that the band has put into everything here. So get that. Make sure you have the art book. It is stunning. And then a surprise one. A surprise one from me. Polaris. Okay. This album is called Fatalism. And the album cover is interesting, and a lot of the themes are interesting, even more so, sadly, because they lost their guitarist, their founding member guitarist this year, which really sucks. You know, make sure to talk to people out there in the world. You never know when you're going to lose somebody. They're still touring. They picked up another guitarist, but you know it's still pretty brutal. This album is great. I reacted to some of the songs. You can go back again; they'll be in the description, so you can go check them out. But the song titles are "Harbinger," "Nightmare." So right there, kind of telling, kind of leads into the reality of the universe. "Parasites," "Overflow," "With Regards," "Inhumane," "The Crossfire," "Dissipate," "Aftertouch," "Fault Line," and "All in Vain." You can kind of see some of the running theme there. That probably led on to the top 5 albums of the year now, leading up to number 1. All right, album 5. This is out of the top 5. This is Descending by Orbit Culture. Now, if you follow me over the last year or two, you'd probably think, oh, why is that not number 1, Adrian? That's like your favorite band, right? Well, I'm super into Orbit Culture. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm even rocking their shirt right now to do the album of the year. But I have various issues with some of their stuff. I absolutely love the band, though, so I'm not even going to get into the negatives. This is a great album. If you do want to see the negatives, just go listen on the internet to the recording production qualms that some people have. There's an excellent video out there about that. But anyway, the songs themselves, and seeing them perform this live had just been a great experience. Absolutely great songs. So the songs on this album are Descending, Black Mountain, Sorrower, From the Inside, Vultures of the North. Okay, that was the one that came out way before the album came out, but it ended up on this album. Great song. Alienated, The Isle of Fire, Undercity, Descent, and Through Time. So Descent, Vultures of the North, and From the Inside all have videos. And I've done 2 of those as reaction videos, which you can go check out. Again, just like everything else, it will be in the description below if there's a link for it. That's where I'll be adding that stuff. So great album, absolutely stellar. Production, mixing, a little bit of qualm there, but otherwise, like the song structures, the way Orbit Culture and Nicholas and the crew put things together and the way they perform, just top bar, chef's kiss, badass album. Loved it. This This is a big one. Not particularly something that I expected to pop onto my list because I didn't know they were coming out with an album this year. But this is Tesseract, right? So very, very technical death metal-ish type of band. Let's look inside here. Beautiful cover, right? And then on the back, the cool, like, creature beings, whatever. Or maybe just samurai warrior album characters. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, so that's War of Being. All right, so the songs on this album are, that album is War of Being, so Natural Disaster, Echoes, The Gray, Legion, Tender, War of Being, Sirens, Burden, and Sacrifice. There's at least one video out for this album, I know. I did not get around to doing a reaction video of that one yet. If I might get to it, who knows. But absolutely stellar album. Just tight, disciplined perfection on so many levels. And it's one of those bands that I wish I could catch live, and I have managed to fail miserably at doing so far in my life. That pisses me off. But hopefully, keep my fingers crossed, maybe I can catch them. But great album, absolutely highly recommend. So that's album 4 of the year. So next one, kind of following the same in similar vein, is Gent is not a genre. Okay, did you know that? Did you know that Gent is not a genre? De Gent. This is Periphery 5, album 5, right? On it, it's a 2 LP set, and on it we have Wildfire, Atropos, Wax Wings, Everything is Fine, Silhouette, which is uniquely colored purple among the listing of songs, Dying Star, Zagreus, Dracula Grass, Thanks Nobuo, right? You know. If you know, you know. But anyway, excellent album. This is Periphery. And if anybody knows how I can get a copy of the other vinyls, I would love to get a copy of their other albums on vinyl. But all of them are on CD so far. And I tried to pick up their vinyls when they did a re-release, but they only did like 300 copies of the vinyls. Literally within like 5 minutes of the release, they sold out of every copy. I'm stoked that they have that many fans, but I'm also pissed that I managed to fail to get up and be first in line to get one of those albums, because I would love to have it on. They're absolutely beautiful albums. But yeah, I failed miserably to pick those up. But I have their latest, which you can go buy right now, and it is definitely in the top 5. This is album 3 of album. Okay, what is second place album of the year for me? Okay, this one might surprise you. If you know me, you probably wouldn't have suspected that I would pull up Spirit Box's album here. This is Spirit Box, The Fear of Fear. Absolutely beautiful album. Beautiful album. The thing is just freaking artwork there, right? Very reflective, very shiny coat that this is. You open it up and more of that, and you see Courtney LePage's, like a shadow kind of there. And you sort of, it almost looks like the 2 other band members are like hidden in the slats of the design, which is pretty trippy. But absolutely stunning album. You got 6 songs, okay, up here at the top. You got part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6. So they did them by parts, which is kind of interesting. But they are just songs, too. I really like how they did the production and the artistic creation of this album. The way they structured it, the way they named the things, the way they just put it together is just beautiful. But anyway, you got Cellar Door, Jaded, Too Close, Too Late. So Too Close, Too Late, I did a reaction video on that. Just go watch the videos, seriously. If you haven't watched Spirit Box, go watch the videos. The artisticness of it, whether you like the music or not, the artisticness of it is just off the charts. Absolutely beautiful work. Angel Eyes, The Void, and Ultraviolet. So I did a reaction video, a trio of reaction videos to Too Close, Too Late, Angel Eyes, and Ultraviolet. Stunning songs, beautiful art, Beautiful music. I've listened to it a ton since it was released. Ton. Did not expect to get into, let's see, I believe the term for this type of metal these days is cum metal. Did not expect to get into cum metal, but here I am. Love the stuff. Love it. So Spirit Box is one of my favorite of that genre of music. Just absolutely great stuff. The atmosphericness of it. Huge. So we are now, though, down to the top, the number one album of the year for me. And I will add that there are some caveats to this. There are some caveats to this being the number one album. I'm going to tell you why this is the number one album for me. This band goes way back with me. The first time I saw this band, I went to the State Palace Theater. They were playing there, and there was just a few people there. Because it was the first time they came to the U.S. Nobody knew who the hell they were. And this genre of music had only started exploding in the States. So I went to the show, and we basically ended up, myself and a buddy of mine, we basically ended up buddying around with the band and shooting shit and stuff. It was great. And the band, every time I've ever met them, have always been stellar. Just cool dudes to hang out. We watched that show, smoked a little pot, checked out that show. They played for, hours. It was just amazing. The next time I saw them, easy 100 plus people in the audience, at least minimum 100 plus people. The third time I saw them, 300 plus people. The fourth and fifth time I saw them, 1,000 plus people in the audience in the United States. Blew me away. And then I didn't see them for years and years and years and years and years. And they have kind of just exploded back onto the scene, really, and said, hey, look, we still produce good stuff. We still produce good, heavy shit that just rocks out and kicks your ass. So, the top album of the year for me, In Flames, Foregone. This album has been solidly delivered. So, it's just totally kick-ass. 2 LP set. They did a bunch of versions. However you feel about that, with a bunch of versions of vinyl. So we have The Beginning of All Things That Will End. It's the first intro little piece. State of Slow Decay, Meet Your Maker, which they did a video of that, and holy below, whoa. Did they step right back into the heaviness circle? Love that video. Totally kicked ass. Didn't do a reaction to it yet, but it's a good video. Bleeding Out, Foregone, Part 1 and Part 2. That's your first record. Then, Duke, Light of Mine. Is that actually? Pure Light of Mine. I know that songs, I promise. The Great Deceiver, In the Dark, Dialogue of B-flat minor. I love that In Flames does stuff like that too. It's just absolutely beautiful. B-flat minor, they write in B-flat minor, so they say it's in B-flat minor. That's so cool. Like, I love that they know what the hell they're doing. So that's a dialogue in B-flat minor. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Then, what is it? I don't actually know that song. Side D. I haven't gotten to it that many times. And then End the Transmission. Love End the Transmission. I've gotten to that song a number of times because I do actually know how to put my needle right at the song start. It's pretty cool. Great album. And let's just take a look at it. I'm going to spend a little more time with this one. So I picked up this album. I got the straight black vinyls, but I also got the other ones because I'm a nut. I'm a fan, so I got the other version. I actually bought some extra vinyls and gave them to some friends. Also gave one to my brother because I was like, dude, check out the new In Flames album. It's good stuff. They have come back in from the road of kind of the odd things that they were doing there for a while, and it's beautiful. But also in the album is a booklet, which looks like the album cover, but then it has, all the good stuff. Lyrics, words, etc., right? So that comes in the album. And then the second of the LP, of course, It's just another black record like the other one. I showed you that one. Great album. Great options to pick up a piece of that and have a vinyl. Or the CD, if you want the CD, right? Highly recommended. Highly recommended. That is my album of the year.
So let's wrap this one up, this album of the year, with a listen to Meet Your Maker by In Flames. Green light, awesome. Oh, yeah. It sounds so good. I also just realized that's Chris Broderick. Chris Broderick joined In Flames or last year, I guess, and that is phenomenal. Dude is badass. Officially been in 2 of my top favorite bands. In Flames, Nevermore. I gotta say to you, just did not expect that 2023 one of my top bands would be In Flames. I'd almost thought they'd be retired by now. But I guess a lot of the time the bands just, yeah, they just don't stop. Me and Hell Metallica is still playing. And it's not like you stop. The shit is in your veins. you just don't give up metal. If you do, wow, you were fake to begin with. Just lying to yourself. That guitar too. I would love to get a hold of one of those. Sick technique. Say something that makes sense. These are your last words, so make them worth the wait. There's that beautiful harmony melodies of In Flames with that just kick you right in it bass. Wow. Yeah. That's a good one. I ain't even going to tell you, but yeah, definitely worth album of the year. So with that, 2023 is a wrap. Catch you in 2024.